my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. What a classic game last night by the Nuggets. No more chicken nuggets against the Wolves, right? A great game. And let me say this. The Nuggets are the better shooters in this series, and it looks like the Wolves are going to be the better defenders. Okay? So offense outweighed defense in this series so far. No, it's tied 2-2. So, look, first let me say, Rudy Gobert is the most overrated defensive player of the year. And I told you that award should have went to Victor Wembanyama. I think somebody told me that Victor didn't qualify. How many games do you got to play? The guy played 71 games, and he made Rudy Gobert look like a fool as far as defensive stats. Yeah, Rudy Gobert is overrated, bro. He's overrated. Let me say this. Any NBA champion that was going for a repeat always had to face adversity. They always had to face adversity. And this is going to be no different for Denver. Now, I told people in the past that if Denver beats the Lakers, well, let me just say this. If Denver wins back-to-back championships, I'm going to put Joker in front of LeBron just because it is. All-time rankings, right? Now, I don't have Joker in my top 10. Not yet. But LeBron's not in my top 10 neither. But I'm going to put Joker in front of LeBron if Denver wins this NBA championship going back-to-back, because the degree of difficulty, no all-star teammate, no all-NBA teammate, no Hall of Fame teammate for Joker, while having beaten LeBron in back-to-back seasons. Okay, one was a gentleman's sweep and one was a sweep. While in that series playing the Lakers, Denver had to go against the refs, the NBA, as far as Adam Silver. And when I say that, I'm saying that Adam Silver has no control over his NBA when it comes to the Lakers. Flopping, moaning, crying, all this is what Denver and Joker had to go up against 2 years in a row. You don't see this type of play in this series right here with the Wolves in Denver. You don't see a whole bunch of flopping and a whole bunch of crying. Now, what I will notice, I'm starting to see Anthony Edwards. You guys don't beat up on me, but a lot of times when this guy goes to the basket, I'm not trying to say he's flopping, but it's coming close to it. When he goes up for a shot, he starts screaming, "Ah!" And you can hear this guy 5 states away. He goes, "Hey!" Something like that. Like, why are you doing that, man? Also, it looks like the Timberwolves are set on letting Anthony Edwards get his, because they basically can't stop him. That's how it's going to be. You can't stop this dude. Maybe like, I don't know, when I'm not trying to compare him to Jordan, but when the Pistons basically used to let Jordan get his, the Celtics, all these teams, Jordan's gonna get his anyway. So why put him on the line for an M1? Just let him get his, and boom, bam, boom. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Let him get his. I don't know. I said this before. I think that Denver is my teams to come out of the second round is Denver, Celtics, Mavs, and who is this other team? Oh God, I can't even remember the damn name. I'm gonna remember in a minute. I got all the experienced teams coming out of the second round. That's what I got. All the experienced teams, I got them winning and coming out of the second round. That's it. Oh, I think I got the Knicks. Yeah, the Knicks. I got all these the experienced teams coming out the second round, going into the third round. I was gonna say something else about Anthony Edwards, but I can't even remember. So, Joker has the smoothest touch around the rim I've ever seen. The smoothest touch around the rim, and it's not even close. And it seems like he had to develop this touch in order to be great, because the guy can't jump. The guy can't jump. So he had to find this touch somewhere down the line, because it doesn't matter who he's playing. AD, Rudy Gobert, any of these great defensive players, he knows how to use his touch along with his body too. So he had to develop that. I've never seen a big man with that kind of touch. You got to give him credit for that, because as far as, being a guy that could be able to jump and, be dominant in the post, he's not a David Robinson. He's not a Shaq. He's not a Will. He's not, not even a Alonzo Mourning. I think Alonzo Mourning had, had a better game than him, but the touch is really good. Aaron Gordon. Oh man, if Aaron Gordon plays up to his potential every game, this series is over. It's over. It's over. Because he brings the athleticism. Well, I guess you can say a couple other guys, they're pretty athletic too. When we talk about Murray, who was on fire. This dude was on fire. This dude was on fire, boy. If this guy could stay on fire, the change of pace that these guys do to you in the fundamentals they work with you, put on you, kind of reminds you of the Spurs, something like that. It reminds you of the Spurs. That's what it reminds you of. Somebody on the cast said, play-by-play said the Warriors mixed with the Cavs. The Warriors and the Spurs mixed. I said, nah. No, I don't think so. Just because the Warriors really didn't have a big man like that. You can't say Draymond Green. You can't say any other big man. I would not say the Warriors. It's not it's not even nothing like that. So yeah, it's definitely not the Warriors. I got the Spurs. Because when you look at those Spurs teams, they weren't really that athletic. They were just fundamentally sound. And I wouldn't be surprised if they took a page out of their book. You had, when you look at Murray, you could point to Parker. And Ginobili, he was really athletic. Not on the athletic level of Aaron Gordon, but he was pretty athletic for his size. This is a guy that beat LeBron again and again. This guy beat him in the Olympics. He beat him in the finals 2 times. Wow. That was LeBron's nightmare, right? Manu Ginobili. Who can say that in the NBA? Manu beat LeBron in the Olympics and 2 times in the finals. Wow. And this is what I mean when I say these more experienced teams, they're just gonna come. They're just gonna win the second round. They just been through the fire. Now, am I saying that Minnesota can't win? Yeah, all the teams that I said are going to win and win in the second round, yes, they could lose too. But I'm just looking at it from the standpoint that the experience is always trumping. When I used to watch basketball back in the day, in the 80s, late 80s, in the 90s, it seemed like the experienced teams always won, right? They always won. When you take even when LeBron was losing, he was getting beat by experienced teams in the 2000s. Remember when he played the Celtics, in 2010? That was a more experienced team. They've been through the fire. When he lost to the Orlando Magic, yeah, Dwight Howard was a little bit younger, but the rest of those guys, they were older. I think they came in the league before LeBron, if I'm not mistaken, for the Orlando Magic. And a lot of times, that's just how it's always been. Experience always trumps inexperience. So yeah, this was a classic right here, but I'm glad I stayed up because a lot of these games are, like the next game, excuse me, it comes on at 10:30, I think. I think it said 10:30. Get out of here, bro. I'm not going to be able to watch that. No way. No way. Maybe like the first half, maybe. That's if I don't fall asleep. I got to be drinking alcohol to stay awake in that long. Or I'll just fall asleep because it's already late at night. So I'll probably watch maybe an hour of it and go to sleep or something like that. But yeah, this is what it is, man. It was a good game. Rudy Gobert, this guy's just overrated, man. I was just trying to tell you, when we go back and we look at defensive players of the year, I mean, where does this guy rank? What is? I mean, it ain't like this guy is going up against Shaq or something like that. This guy can't give you no offense, neither. I guess. I mean, wow. You know, it looks like if you just stay up on Cat, you're going to be able to shut him down. Just don't leave this guy open. He really don't have no moves. If you just stay body to body to this guy, he ain't really going to beat you up too bad. Just don't leave him open at the 3-point line. You know, because Denver's not a good defensive team. Well, I wouldn't say they're not good. They're not great, right? So what they rely on is playing defense, but it's not going to be great defense, and then them out shooting you, right? Out scheming you, putting those X's and O's on you, and then you're finished. So, you know, a lot of people, they're going to have to eat their words today. A lot of people wanted to overhype this before it was even over, and now they're going back to Denver. And like I said, it looks like they're just going to let Anthony Edwards get his. We can't stop you. I mean, Joker, he can't stop nothing. I don't know if he's worse than Rudy Gobert as far as defense. Every time Anthony Edwards goes to the basket, he just let the guy just shoot a layup, get a dunk. And that's what we've been trying to tell you, dummies. Michael Jordan will average 50 in the playoffs, 45 in the regular season. Who's going to stop him? And he was on a different level than Anthony Edwards. What you guys are seeing from Anthony Edwards is like flashes of Michael Jordan. Yeah, he shoots a 3-ball better, but that's what they shoot here. They shoot a lot of them, so I'll give him that. But you can't be like, oh, he's a better 3-point shooter than somebody who don't even try to shoot the 3. I mean, we could be like, okay, Michael Jordan is a better post player than Anthony Edwards. Well, we don't really know because Anthony Edwards really hasn't tried to, he hasn't had the chance to get a post game. He hasn't worked with any post players or anything like that. You know, he did a couple fadeaways here and there, but we don't never know if he's going to be a good post player. And most guards, they're not good post players. It's just not. Michael Jordan was rare. So you can't say somebody ain't good at something if they're not trying. Well, yeah, Michael Jordan could have been a great 3-point shooter, but that wasn't his game. So you guys tell me what you think on this one. I thought at one point this was going to be a blowout. I didn't think this was even going to be a game. I thought this was probably going to be a 20-point blowout. And, they just came back. You can't stop Anthony Edwards from scoring. This guy, his athleticism is just on a different level than anybody else's. And let me say this. Why this guy didn't compete in a dunk contest? Let me say this also. I'm going to say this one more time. Anthony Edwards will never be on Michael Jordan's level until he starts doing stuff in the regular season, in the playoffs. Anthony Edwards ain't top 10 in nothing since he came into the league. Points per game, steals per game, assists per game, rebounds per game. Did I say steals? Blocks per game, PR, nothing. Nothing. So he's got to start winning some statistical titles and being top 10, no, Michael Jordan wasn't no top 10. He was always number 1 or top 5. So I know we can point, oh, he's only 22. This guy's 4 years in the league. He hasn't done what LeBron did LeBron's first 4 years. In a tougher era. So, I mean, could you imagine LeBron playing in this era right here when he was 18, 19, 20, 22 years old? Oh, my God. LeBron might score 35 a game. In this era, a young LeBron going to the basket. And let me say something. I thought they were going to start the bull crap early. Kevin Porter Jr. caught the outlet pass. Kind of like this image right here, but it was Kevin Porter Jr. He caught the outlet pass. It was just him and a defender. And he goes up, has 2 hands on the ball while he's going up, and then kind of, uses his arm to get the guy off of, but he did not extend it. He didn't extend it. You know what I'm saying? And he went up for the layup, and the refs called some push-off foul, offensive foul on him. It was like early in the first quarter. And I'm like, bro, if you ever call this again, that's a crime. LeBron does this every time to the basket. And you guys don't call it on LeBron? What? Why? Because this guy would be averaging 10 points a game if they called that on LeBron James. And like I said, Kevin Porter Jr. didn't even extend the arm while he was going up. So I was kind of like blown away on that. The referees were okay. Okay. They weren't bad, but they were okay. Karl Anthony Towns, you doing a lot of talking. You doing a lot of talking. I know you're trying to hype yourself up, but you're doing a lot of talking and a lot of times a lot of crying. Oh, I was going to say that about Ant-Man. He does a lot of talking. A lot of talking. I know he's backing it up, but a lot of people saying, "Oh, that's how Jordan used to do." No, every time Jordan scored, he wasn't trying to show his opponent up. This is what Ant-Man is trying to do. He's trying to show his opponent up just about every time he scores and going crazy. Michael Jordan wasn't like that. Go watch games. He only did that when they was coming at him like that. Right? Especially young Michael Jordan. Young Michael Jordan didn't talk trash like that. You guys are crazy. So this stuff that Ant-Man is doing that he thinks Michael Jordan was doing, Michael Jordan wasn't doing this. No. Every time Ant-Man scores, he's going crazy, talking crap. Tell me what you think.